Hello there. How are you doing today? My name's Austin, and I wanted to take a little time to teach you one of the most commonly used chords in popular music and certainly guitar-driven music. As you might have guessed by looking at the board behind me, that chord is going to be a G. Now, why do I start with G? Good question. G, I don't know. That's always a fine answer. But specifically, it's because the musical alphabet, actually, it's a lot like the regular alphabet. It cycles through in the same sequence of letters, but it only goes 7 in. So if you're thinking about the alphabet, it starts with A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I like to start with the G just as a reminder that it will then repeat back at A, as you can see on the board. So that's the 7 musical pitches as we talk about them. Turns out there's actually more, but they're going to be labeled with those first 7 letters. Now, enough of that musical theory talk. I just want to make sure everything I say has a proper comparison to the musical staff, which also happens to be centered around a G when you think of most traditional notation. Now, let's get to that chord, the G chord. G, what's a chord? Well, most people agree that a chord is just 2 or more notes sounding at the same time. So on a guitar, you have 6 strings. So to get a chord to sound, you really just need to make sure you're playing 2 or more of those strings. Now you can see on the board that I did a little bit of an anagram. Not an anagram. What's an anagram? That's an entirely different type of thing than what I meant to say. I meant to say diagram. Oops, I make mistakes. We all do. It's totally fine. They're fun to learn from. Now, on the board we have a diagram of the neck of the guitar. You can see how it is. Is it mirrored? No, it's not mirrored. It's exactly as is from your point of view. And if you have any questions about how I can better accommodate your point of view, please let me know, because I do like to adjust my lessons to each individual student. Now, you can also see that I labeled which finger is going to go where on the board, or the fretboard. Gotta be specific. And it hopefully is visible to you. If not, I'll talk through it and we'll be on our way to playing a G chord. All right, you can see that first readable string is actually the 6th string, and it is the one that's closest to you. Now, the one that's furthest from you, that's the 1st string. Sounds the same, although it sounds higher, and that's one of the confusing things about guitar. Higher is technically lower, and lower is technically higher, but that's the sort of reason why it's actually very good for brain development. And if you study guitar, I do promise you'll probably make a lot more progress in other academic pursuits as well.